The crowds in Tahrir Square celebrated as Mohamed Morsi was announced the victor in Egypt's first presidential election yesterday. It was a tight race as the Muslim Brotherhood-backed candidate won with just under 52% of the vote, while his competitor for prime minister, Ahmed Shafiq, has gotten 48% of the vote. He was an Air Force officer. So what does it mean for the United States and the world now that the Muslim Brotherhood is the ruling in Egypt, when we all know the power as of today is really with the military? Joining us right now is somebody also was just with the military, Captain Pete Hegseth, who not only served for us in Afghanistan, but also worked at Gitmo. So tremendous experience with Muslim extremists. Captain, first off, I call you, since you're retired now, Pete, can I ask you, do you believe that there are different degrees of members of Muslim Brotherhood? Can we look at this member as not an extremist?
Well, there are different degrees, but the proof will be in the pudding. You know, how the U.S. response here will be determined by events as they go forward. I think there are two things we need to remember when we're looking at responding at the Muslim Brotherhood winning the presidency here. Two is maintaining relationship with one is maintaining relationship with the military. We've had a long-standing relationship with the Egyptian military, which has been a guarantor of secularism and a little bit of support for the United States, recognizing Israel, a lot of important aspects that the former Mubarak regime did. The second thing is looking at the Muslim Brotherhood for what it is. These are the original Islamists on the block. They backed Hamas. They brought the Salafist ideology that merged with the Saudi funding that brought about, Al-Qaeda and a lot of the radical Islamists that I've been fighting for years. So there are always shades of gray, you might say. But it doesn't mean they don't have the same goal of Sharia law and radical Islam. So
here we go. Is this one case in which we're rooting as Americans for the military to retain their power because they have been friendly to U.S. interests in the past, and they did, and on June 30th, they're going to be turning over power, hypothetically, to this Muslim Brotherhood leader? Should we be hoping that they retain some of their power?
Yes, I think we should. I think we should respect the democratic process. When Mubarak was allowed to leave, we have to deal with the ramifications of free and fair elections. The Muslim Brotherhood won because they were most organized. But I think we do need to find ways to maintain influence for the military there. They're going to help shape a constitution, which will determine long-term the powers of that presidency and what the Muslim Brotherhood can actually do. So they are a guarantor of our interests, support of Israel, recognizing the state of Israel, not renewing violence there. They can put a damper on how much the Muslim Brotherhood associates with Hamas in Palestine, which is still waging war against Israel, the Suez Canal,
But Pete, let me just interject. This is what we know about Morsi. We know that he wants to uphold the international treaties. We know he does not want to go along with taking away rights of women. At least he's saying that. He wants to continue to allow bikinis and beer on the beach. That does not sound like somebody subscribing to Sharia law.
No, it doesn't. So it's good to see that they've hedged. The proof will be in the pudding. The question will be in what they actually do. So he's actually kind of a front man. The Brotherhood have a council as well. He's their number two. Throughout the election, he didn't do anything without consulting with the hierarchy of the Muslim Brotherhood. The question is he really going to attempt to be a reformer, or will he be beholden to the hardcore supporters? It's easy to talk about national unity now and bikinis and beer. The question will be in the days and weeks and months to come, those who represented him will expect him to deliver on what he said he would do. What will he do? We're not quite sure.
And Pete, on behalf of Steve, we always find it easiest to talk about bikinis and beer, but that's just how I feel this morning at any hour of the day. Pete Hegseth, thanks so much.
I didn't know you campaigned on that.
Yes, you did. You should have. Next time, Pete, you win if you do. Just my advice. All right.